My name is Jen, and it is beautiful outside right now. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you 8 ways to feel like a better person. You're not necessarily going to become a better person by doing these things, but at least in my case, they do make me feel like a better person. Number 1, read. Now everybody tells you to read, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to always be reading a book and to always have a book on deck. Now that doesn't mean that you have to read that book quickly. It could take you a year to read that book, but by having that book on deck, you always have something else to read when you finish, because inevitably when you finish a book, you're like, ugh! You get that feeling of like, oh, it's over, and by having something on deck, you have something to look forward to. Number 2, listen to NPR. Since we've moved about 2 months, almost 3 months ago, my commute has expanded from an hour to about an hour and a half, and listening to the same stuff on the radio over and over again was just getting mind-numbing. And then I went to Vermont, and the only station that I could find consistently going up from Massachusetts to Vermont was NPR, and I kind of got hooked. I feel like a better person because I know what's going on in the world. I'm getting all these fun facts and tidbits this week. I'm learning a bunch about random little towns in Texas named Weeping Mary and Dime Box. And it's something that it makes you more aware. Number 3, babies. Now this one doesn't work for everyone, but for me personally, spending time with an infant or sometimes even a toddler can make you feel so good, especially a sleeping infant. I wish I had one right now to demonstrate with, but I do not. Number 4, exercise. Now, I've heard it over and over again. You'll feel better if you exercise. Everything will be better with your exercise. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not talking going to the gym or running miles and miles or doing a marathon. I'm talking not sitting on your ass all day, you know? Or if you have to, sitting on an exercise ball. Doing that little thing that makes you move just a little bit more, it makes you feel like you're doing something good for yourself. Following up number 4, we've got number 5, one of my personal favorites. Eat. Eat the foods that you want to eat. If you want to eat cake, freaking eat cake. But I know from personal experience, well, I can't eat cake because most cake has like 4 things in it that I can't eat because my dietary restrictions are it's a whole nother video entirely. But if you want to eat it, eat it. But by eating things that make you feel good, you know, cake feels good going in. Mac and cheese feels so good going in, but sometimes you feel lousy after you eat it. And if you don't, that's great. Keep eating it. But you got to balance the things that make feel good going in with the things that maybe don't feel as good going in, but feel good once they're in there. Like salad and lean meats and all those things. I'm currently learning how to fuel my body rather than feed my body. As long as you know that it will make you feel good, that's all that matters. Making yourself feel good will automatically make you feel like a better person, because if you feel good about yourself, other people will see that and it will reflect in them, and they will be like, wow, they must be a great person because look at them, you know? This is another thing that I like recently started doing, kind of like NPR's. When I'm reading, I can't listen to lyric music, but I like to have some sound. And the other day, I was listening to the Mumford & Sons radio, and there was this really cool instrumental, like violin version of some pop song. And so I actually created it was from Pandora, so I created a station off of it, and it's called Such Great Heights Radio. It's like you're sitting there and you feel so sophisticated, but at the same time Poker Face is playing. So it's like, oh yes, I'm listening to the stringed music, but it's Poker Face. It's the greatest. Here, ready? Not that I have much battery life. This is my point right here. This is the Dallas String Quartet doing Sweet Child of Mine from their album Red. Like you're listening to string music, but it's rock or pop. It's the coolest thing ever. My camera died during number 8, so I had to charge it. So now there's no more light outside. So now we're back in here. Just fun. Number 8, give people stuff. This is a lot easier when you actually have money, but in my ideal world, presents wouldn't just be for like birthdays and graduations and those big events. Presents would be an everyday thing, because so often I will be online or I'll be looking at a store or in a window and I'll see something. I'll be like, oh my God, that's perfect for so-and-so. And I want to get it and give it to them like right then. But it's July and it's perfect for my brother and his birthday's in October, and it just, there's social obligation and it's like, wow, it doesn't make sense if I give it to him. there's this thing that I learned about on Reddit, where on Amazon.com you can have multiple wish lists, and if you share your wish lists with people through your Amazon.com account, you put them in your profile, like sneak them in different places, people can actually go onto your wish list and buy you things and have them sent to you. Like, they can buy you things, and strangers can do this. If you put it in your profile or whatever, people will send you, and they do this on this Amazon, and on this subreddit that they do it, they send people random stuff, and it's little things. It's like a book or a DVD, but it's stuff that you won't buy for yourself, because why spend money on the book when you can, pay your loans or whatever, right? But other people will buy you those little random things, and it feels so much better to buy it for someone else than to buy it for yourself in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? So, when you can, buy people stuff. Even if it's just a card or something, it will make you feel like a better person. And I think that's one of the things that really will make you a better person, is if you're thinking about others more than yourself. It's the basics, So, ultimately, it's about balance and doing the things that make you happy and doing the things that are good for you. Doing the things that make you feel good and the things that are good for you. And a lot of times, those kind of are the same thing. And my favorite YouTuber, Shay Carl, says it best. It's happiness is a choice. You can wake up every day and be miserable, or you can wake up every day and say, well, this, and this are wrong, but I'm still going to be happy. And that's kind of how I have been able to, through hating a lot of things that are going on and having so little control, I've been able to still remain optimistic and positive. It's just, I'm choosing to be happy despite all of this stuff, So, be happy, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.